Hey, what's up guys? MGH here. Welcome to a brand new video. Today we are going to be talking about my favourite players to use in career mode so far on FIFA 20. Now we've done about half a season with Arsenal. I've also played a couple of seasons with RB Leipzig. I did some with Dortmund. I've played a little bit with Barcelona, Real Sociedad. I've done a couple of career modes off camera. I'm yet to stream one. I'm going to stream some career mode very soon, so stay tuned for that. But I've made a lot of signings. I've tried out a lot of players that I was really interested in. And I think I can safely say now, so far, I have 5 players that come to mind as my favourite players to use. Now, just before we get into our first player, this video is sponsored by TikTok, and I have officially started uploading videos over on TikTok, and I would massively appreciate it if you could click that link in the description, download the app for free on Android or on iOS, and take a look at the videos I've made. You can also discover so many different types of videos on this app. It is pretty crazy. There are so many viral clips as well. You can search up anything you want. There is a lot more coming as well. There's going to be a lot of gaming videos, so you guys will definitely be interested in that. You can see here on my profile, it's at official MGH. I've got 4 videos there. 2 of my dogs, just because why not? And I've got 2 FIFA 20 clips ready for you guys to watch. So make sure you click the link in the description. Go ahead and check it out. Reply, comment, whatever you want to do. You can also react on TikTok. You can make your own TikToks replying to mine, and I will definitely see them and watch them and comment on them and leave likes and all of that good stuff. I will follow you back as well. So do make sure you download it. Completely free. You can have hours and hours and hours, unlimited entertainment from this app, and it's free, so why not download it? Thank you to them for sponsoring this video. And now let's get into the first player. Coming in at the number 5 spot, we have Cannota. My god, this guy is ridiculous. And the crazy thing is, there are 3 centre-backs that really impressed me at RB Leipzig. You've got Mukiele, who can also play as a right-back. You have Upamecano, who is linked with all of the best clubs around the world. And you have Cannota, who is, I think, the better of the 3. In FIFA, at least. I don't know about real life. I think Upamecano maybe could be on the same level as Cannota. But in FIFA 20, Cannota is quite simply my favourite centre-back I have used so far. This guy is 6'4". He's only 20 as well, by the way. So plenty of time left in his career. 79 rated already. 6'4". He's got 3-star skill moves, which obviously doesn't really matter. He's got high work rates, which doesn't affect him too much. Of course, you're going to be using your own team instructions and player instructions, so that doesn't matter too much. But as long as he's got the high defensive work rate, I mean, you're golden, really, aren't you? 78 pace, 34 shooting, isn't great. 56 passing, which I fully recommend you train. Train his passing, and then you've got his 68 dribbling. He's actually very good on the ball for a big guy. 80 defending and 78 physical. So if we go into his actual stats here, we're looking at 77 aggression, which is just above average, I would say. Really decent composure and interceptions there. The pace that he's got is more from his sprint speed. When he reaches top speed, he catches anyone. I am yet to find an attacker when I've played against the CPU that just blasts through Cannota. It just doesn't exist. So what I recommend is, especially if you're spending loads of money in a career mode, is you get Van Dijk and you get Cannota. Okay, those 2, my god, just after a few seasons, it is impenetrable. They are too good. They really are. Let's have a look at his other stats here. We've got ball control at 69, which is very decent. Defensive awareness, which is the new stat instead of marking. It's the same thing, they've just changed the name. 76, very decent. 69 dribbling as well, by the way. Heading accuracy, nice and high, 77 there. And his short passing, 75. Slide tackling is 79. And that's not what I meant to do. I meant to go down with the right stick. And then we have stand tackling, 85. It is absolutely ridiculous. He doesn't have any traits at the very start, but he will gain them very quickly. He eventually becomes a solid player, I believe it is. All-round defender, strong tackler. He's very quick. Honestly, right, okay, I've played 2 seasons with RB Leipzig. I'm now going into my 3rd. Cannota is currently 84 rated in mine. He has 95 sprint speed and around, I think, 79 or 80 acceleration. It is unfair. It is like having a cheat code. It really is. So, without doubt, try Cannota. Even if you're a fan of Upamecano and Mukiele, try this guy out as well, because all 3 of those guys, I mean, at one point I was playing 3 centre-backs, 3 at the back, and it was Cannota, Upamecano, and Mukiele, and my God, it was so easy to defend with. It is unbelievable because they're all tall, strong, pacey. They are just unbelievably good players, but for me, Cannota is the one to go for in FIFA 20. So I mentioned I did a Barcelona career mode. Well, I signed this guy, Bernardo Silver, currently in the headlines for the wrong reasons. Let's not get into that, but honestly, when Messi retires, I think Barcelona should be looking to bring in Silver. Very similar style of player, you know, the short, really agile, skillful. You can't get the ball off him. I love this guy so much, and that is why he comes in my number 4 spot. Now, he was a bit expensive, just over 100 million, but that's worth it. If you're Barcelona and you've got an incredible amount of money to spend, it really doesn't matter if Messi is not doing it for you or if he retires. Get Bernardo Silver. Let's have a look at his stats. He's only 25 as well, so he's not even peaked at his full potential. And I should mention, I'm not going to talk about potential because, of course, everything is dynamic in FIFA 20. If you play these players in their first season, their potential will just keep going and going and going. It'll go higher and higher. I think Silver's base potential is 91, something like that, and Canate's 88, I believe. So there you go. But honestly, just play your players and they will gain potential with the dynamic potential system. But he's 5'8", so he's basically the same height as Messi as well. He's a right winger by default, but quite honestly, behind the striker, oh my God. But he's also very good on that right side as well, because he's left-footed. He can cut in and do all sorts of tricks and things like that. 3-star weak foot, 4-star skills, high attacking and defensive work rates, 81 pace, 76 shooting, 83 passing, 92 dribbling, quite honestly. And I was comparing him to Sterling. They were both very close to getting in this list. I've gone with Silver ahead of Sterling. It's the dribbling. The dribbling is outrageous with this guy. 51 defending actually isn't too bad for a right winger, and that's because he can play in the middle as well. 67 physical, that is his weakness. He is a little bit weak on the ball. He can be tackled. I mean, for example, Cannota, Van Dijk, they're going to bully this guy. They really are. His aggression is 69, which isn't a big deal, but it's all about his attack positioning, his composure, vision, acceleration. Agility is 94, 92 balance as well. Like, you can't push him off the ball unless you're a 6'4" beast like Cannota, really. 85 reactions, 78 sprint speed. He feels super quick in this game, so I wouldn't even look at that. 93 stamina as well. Very underrated stat, having stamina for a player that does do a lot of running like Bernardo Silva does. But this is where it gets really interesting. 92 ball control, 85 crossing, 84 curve, 92 dribbling, 78 finishing. Again, I don't believe it. He finishes from everywhere. Left, right, central, whatever. He scores you a lot of goals. His passing is absolutely superb. Honestly, you can't go wrong with Bernardo Silva. He is one of the best players in this game. And honestly, if you're doing a Man City career mode, give Silva a first-team slot. I know it's difficult when you've got Sane and Sterling on the wings and you've got even David Silva in midfield. But honestly, put Bernardo Silva ahead of David Silva. If you're going to do it, do it. He is incredible. We are now going into the top 3. And obviously, there's going to be an Arsenal player in here. Now, I wasn't going to do an Arsenal player, but I think it's only fair to include Pepe because he may be having a terrible start to his actual Arsenal career. He's a bit underwhelming right now, but my God, in my Arsenal career mode, it's unbelievable how good he is. So very similar to Bernardo Silva in terms of his positioning and being left-footed. Really good on that right side and cutting in. I had to include him just purely because of the goals he's been scoring me, and he is my favourite winger in the game. There is clearly a bit of bias there, but what can I say? We are going to put Pepe in at number 3, and I think that's fair. The 2 players ahead of him are honestly players that I've just really enjoyed using, maybe even more, and players that I definitely intend to use in a career mode on my channel. So Pepe starts as an 83 rated player. He's only 24, so again, you've got plenty of time left in his career, and I'm pretty sure you could get Pepe to the 90s pretty easily. If you play him a lot, his dynamic potential will just go up and up. I believe his potential is 87 from the start, maybe 88. He can play as a striker as well, which is obviously very good. 3-star weak foot, 4-star skills. And you're looking at the perfect work rates for a winger. Unless you want defensive wingers, don't ever buy a player that plays on the wing with high defensive work rates. Unless you're using player instructions, he's just not going to stay forward for you. So the attacking high work rate and the low defensive is perfect. 91 pace, 81 shooting, 75 passing, 85 dribbling. It is pretty incredible. The goals I've scored with him, you guys have seen it. I don't even need to go through all his stats. You guys know how good he is. You can just pick out a few of those stats, specifically his physical ones. 90 acceleration, 91 agility, 91 sprint speed. His strength is 68 as well, which really isn't too bad. And then you've got 82 ball control, 86 dribbling, 82 finishing, 85 penalties. It's a little bit of an underrated stat as well this year. The penalties, the way they work now, it's very different. It feels like you need players with high penalty skill because the power bar isn't like it used to be. It just kind of expands around the ball. And it feels like if your player is really good at penalties, you have so much more control of how much power you're putting into the penalties. For the first time in years, I think it genuinely matters who is taking the penalty. And he has been taking mine in my Arsenal career mode along with Aubameyang. And I think he might just be one of the best penalty kick takers in the game. There aren't too many with 85 plus penalties. There's probably only 10 to 20 players with it. So really impressed with him this year in FIFA 20. And hopefully he'll step up his game at Arsenal in real life because so far, yeah, it's been a little bit underwhelming, hasn't it? Okay, so at number 2, we have another winger. Yes, I know it might be a bit boring that I'm just picking wingers and one defender at this point. Number 1 isn't a winger, just saying, although he can play there. But honestly, this guy had to be in there. Oyarzabal, I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. Spanish player, and he looks to be one for the future for sure. I know Pep Guardiola has openly said he thinks he's a special player and would love to get him at Man City at some point. I don't think he actually said that, but clearly he would. What a player this guy is. Now, typically he's a left winger, left midfielder, but as you can see there in his other positions, he can play on that right side. And that's exactly what I would do. I mean, I'm seeing a bit of a trend here. I like right wingers that are left-footed so much. They seem to be my favourite style of player in this game. But for me, even ahead of Pepe, I had more fun with this guy. It's ridiculous. I feel kind of bad about it because I have been rating Pepe so highly so far. But honestly, this guy, for me, is just... even playing him at centre attacking midfield, amazing. So, 22 years old, 5'11". He's a little bit stronger on the ball, it feels like, than some of the others like Bernardo Silver. Maybe not as strong as Pepe. Now, the only thing that I really, really wish this guy had was 4-star skills. I think that would have been really nice, but he's got the high medium work rates. He's a little bit slower than Pepe, but there's something about this guy's shooting. It is unbelievable. 82 shooting, 78 passing, and 82 dribbling. Now, he's got, you could say, a little bit underwhelming physical stats, but it feels like it doesn't really matter as long as it feels good. This guy is so unbelievably good at dribbling. He is up there with some of the best in the game for me. And I've got to be honest, though, I'm judging this based off after a season that I've played with Real Sociedad. What a team they've got this year, by the way. Monreal, of course, at left-back. But after a season, this guy was 85 rated for me and one of the best wingers I've used. 84 ball control, 82 crossing, 85 dribbling, 86 finishing at the start. That's when you start the career mode. 81 long shots as well. Very, very strong. He's got very good penalties, short passing, shot power. In general, this guy goes in at number 2 just purely because I enjoyed using him so much. I am going to have to learn how to say his name. 100% signing him in one of my career modes. He's got his real face, by the way, which is an added bonus. Pepe doesn't even have that, which is shocking, really. But honestly, give this guy a go. He is quite expensive. I think he has a release clause, at least... if that's completely random, I think it was around 50 million. So he is a lot of money, but the player you're getting, totally worth it. But now we're going into the number 1 spot. And this is my favourite player I have used so far. Szoboszlai, I think. He's from Hungary. It's a little bit of a difficult name to pronounce. He plays over in Austria for RB Salzburg, and they've got some great players like Haaland or Haaland, however you say his name up front. Honestly, though, okay, now, I just heard this morning, and this hasn't influenced my decision, because I've been playing with this guy for a couple of days, almost a week now. I signed him for RB Leipzig, because they obviously have a bit of a connection with Salzburg, and I heard this morning that he's linked with Arsenal, and that might just be the most exciting thing I've heard in so long. This guy means business. He is going to be a very, very good player. So he starts off at 74 rated. His potential at the start is 87. unfortunately. It was 89 last week. When I started this career mode with RB Leipzig, his potential was 89. But of course, it doesn't really matter now because I've played a season with him and he started pretty much every single game, and I've checked his dynamic potential, the rating that the game has given him after season 1 using the mods I've got, and it's 93. Okay, that says everything you need to know about dynamic potential. Just play your players well and they will get huge potentials. But quite honestly, okay, yes, he's 18, he's very young, he's got so long to go, but the fact that he's 6'1", he can play down through the middle, he can play on the wings, he's got 4-star, 4-star, his work rates are very decent as well, he's a very well-rounded player, and honestly, I know he's not as tall as Havertz, but he reminds me of Havertz. The opposite foot, he uses his right foot, but honestly, if you want a cheap Havertz, this feels like the right guy for you. He's unbelievable. Let's have a look at some of his stats. So don't use him defensively. You will be wasting him. Use him as an attacking player. You will not regret it. He's kind of average with his physical stats. He's got good sprint speed there. But to be fair, because he's tall, he has long steps, long strides, and he does feel a lot quicker than he actually is. But of course, his physical stats will upgrade over time. This is where he really improves. I believe now he's 81. I think he is 81 after the first season, after training as well. Some of his stats, I think his ball control's into the 90s already. I don't know if it bugs out. I don't know if it's a broken feature, but my God, it is unbelievable. 80 ball control at the start here, 78 curve. He's only got 67 finishing, which is a load of rubbish because it simply just isn't. Now, this is his speciality. If you search on YouTube, Szoboszlai free kicks. Oh my God, this guy can hit a free kick. Only 81. It seems criminal to me when you see those videos. What you got to remember with free kicks is, sure, the keeper could be Manuel Neuer and it's harder to score against a Manuel Neuer, but if you're hitting the target from a free kick, there are no other variables. You're just good at free kicks if you can hit the target from range, if you can get it into the back of the net. It doesn't really matter on the keeper. If you place it perfectly, they're not saving it, whoever they are. And that's the kind of free kicks he's taking. They are genuinely mesmerising. 72 long passing, 74 long shots, 72 short pass, 72 shot power. It's almost like they got a bit bored and they just copied and pasted 72 over and over again. But honestly, okay, he is... I don't know what makes him so good. I don't know. But there's something very, very satisfying about using this guy in front of two midfielders, behind your striker and wingers. He got me so many goals, it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And to be fair, even as a super sub for a top team, imagine if you're, I don't know, doing a Liverpool career mode and you need someone that can come on and get you a win, a last-minute winner, this guy will get you that. Honestly, even at 74 rated at the very start of your career mode, he feels unbelievable and he just grows into an absolute beast. So, fully recommend you get Szoboszlai and try and pronounce his name better than I can. But that's it for this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out TikTok. There is a link down below. I'm sure you've heard of it. And thank you to them for sponsoring this video. Go ahead and download it and check out the 2 videos that I've posted. And I will see you guys for the Arsenal career mode very soon.